the machine may be upgraded to the whole factory. Game 1 coming your way here between G2 and Luminosity, and a Luminosity squad that has been so close yet so far all throughout the previous RLCS season. This is their chance to come up with that big win that has eluded them for so long.
Luminosity coming in off a nice win against Detonator earlier. That kind of warm-up, you were already on stage. It doesn't mean nothing. Atomic looked really clean in that series. Definitely going to be relying on him. But Ixo getting the first goal already, Luminosity on the board.
Yeah, Ixo scoring early, and you can expect him to score often if G2 are not up to their game. And it's so weird to see G2 or any team with Mist on it give up a goal that quickly, but things break down. Luminosity on the board early. And now G2 looking for the quick answer. Chicago could not break through the whole wall that was sitting in front, as this is cleared back and they almost got caught out again.
Not sending two players this time though. G2 ready on the defense that time. Luminosity definitely caught them out early, but few teams better than G2 at being able to respond. They are facing a little bit of pressure from Luminosity early on, but getting those clears.
Ixo might have found another empty net, and he just missed off the post. Golden opportunity served up there by G2 that Luminosity did not take advantage of, and almost scoring again. Luminosity keeping the pressure on to the back wall here, and Ixo's got to take it himself, and again the shot just off the mark. Finally the defense breaks down enough. Atomic will score 2-0.
Good work here from Luminosity, breaking down that G2 defense, that touch off the post, and the panic there as G2 try to come across the box, bumping out his own teammate, Mist coming across the net. Luminosity taking advantage. Not exactly how G2 want to get it started. The start of the game, third man creeping up with two men committing on the first play off the kickoff, getting burned on that, now getting burned off the bounce on the post that caused G2 to panic in front of the net.
G2 struggling early on both ends of the field, and that's where that chemistry comes in. And granted, players at this level, they've had plenty of time to play together. Mist wasn't even the last player to arrive for G2. They've been able to get that practice in, but it's just a little bit different when you're on the stage and the games truly matter, especially with the biggest single prize pool we've ever seen in Rocket League.
G2, they have a couple holes to pick at, but Luminosity is so good at getting those clears. G2, they might find one off the bar, one off the post, but it's Luminosity getting those 50s, not letting G2 stay in the orange half for too long. Turning back around, Luminosity getting physical. Popped up in front, a nice little move there from Atomic to push it to the corner.
You see all these individual plays, and you know, talking to G2 a little bit before this series, yeah, they said, look, whoever we throw for ones and twos, it's really going to be a game time decision. I think they're kind of going to feel it out here in this first game and then see who gets the choice or what they go with. My gut tells me that if Luminosity does hold on for this game, I don't think G2 is taking ones. I think they want to go with twos. Yeah. And if it were me anyways, I'd probably throw Atomic and Mist together. Yeah, I mean, G2 don't have like a true 1v1 specialist like a lot of other teams in this tournament. I think they much rather play as a team. I absolutely agree. I think they'd be more comfortable in the 2v2 if it were their choice. And it might be their choice if the scoreline holds here. Luminosity, again, the defense has been excellent. G2, they've gotten the push, they've had space, but look at the coverage on defense. One covering the net, one on the backboard, in position every time. G2 don't have any holes right now on Luminosity. Meanwhile, on the other side, we talk so much about the ones prowess and how important it is. It's a shot saved away there by Mist, follow-up blocked away by Chicago as well. And another opportunity from the wing that will hang around for a moment, but Atomic beating Ixo to the punch. The other Atomic not able to convert, as Tox will have to take over at midfield. You know, if Luminosity takes this game, they have to be heavy, heavy favorites, not just for having the game advantage, but because of the one's prowess that Luminosity does possess, where they could either go with Atomic or Ixo and nobody would really bat an eye. We saw how Atomic was doing in the 2v2 earlier. He is a facilitator when he needs to be. His control on the ball is excellent. Like Gregan was saying, you know, he would be surprised if Gregan from a couple years ago heard that, well, Atomic actually is the 1v1 guy and not Ixo. That's just been how both players have evolved, both starting to split in terms of what they're focusing on.
Atomic. He's had a good day so far, and I mean, Luminosity doing excellent here against G2 in the 3v3. And really, that was the big mark for me. Both people on the desk picking this to go 5 stacks. And you're starting to see why. Luminosity on defense, I mean, they're not letting G2 in at all on these shots. They're getting stuffed every time they get to the orange half.
Experience would certainly benefit G2 in an environment like this, but I think we've seen over the past couple of RLCS majors, look, experience on the stage doesn't matter nearly as much as we may have initially thought. And we even saw it earlier with Tox on the stage, gave a fantastic interview after their victory over Detonator, as Ixo patiently waits to clear this one away. Final 30 seconds as Luminosity firmly in control of game 1, but still an opportunity for Chicago and G2 to do something about it. But Chicago couldn't stay with the play. Now Mist will bring one in. Atomic could not tuck it home under the bar. That opportunity goes by the wayside, and with it, so too do G2's hopes of coming back here in game 1 as the final few seconds burn away. Advantage, Luminosity.
That was an excellent game of control by Luminosity. You took advantage of the early G2. Really, the first was a slight overcommit.
And we await to see, it will be Atomic Chicago.
Okay.
In a 2v2 for G2. So Mist, the newcomer, coming in, and he's gonna sit on the sidelines.
You know what, Stacks, we're small brain. We've been saying it the whole time. Mist just came in playing with G2. It makes sense that G2 wants to play with their teammates, people they built a lot of synergy up around the season. And Chicago, absolutely a solid choice. We'll see if G2 can get things back on the right wheel. Let's see if Chicago and Atomic, what they have in the tank. We know what Atomic and Tox can bring. We already saw it against Detonator, but G2 a much different opponent. It's G2 already having some threatening looks, but each 50 goes the way of Luminosity.
Chicago, one of the more impressive RLCS careers, dating back to a brief stint in the rival series, and deservedly so brief, as he quickly made his way up with Evil Geniuses, and then eventually to this monster that has become G2 Esports, now a major champion in the most recent RLCS season, and certainly a contender for the World Championship coming up in just a few weeks' time.
G2 needed that clear right before they got it. They were sitting on no boost, but they got the ball, they got control, and that flick allowed them to refuel. Luminosity trying again, but slowly losing control of that ball. G2 able to bait in a challenge, beat that first defender, but a big demo leaves the net wide open. That's gonna do it. Luminosity, that's 3 straight goals across 2 games so far.
It is amazing how Luminosity have found ways to break down the G2 defense, whether it's 3s or now 2s. One less defender to clear away, and it works out well for Luminosity here. Another demolition play, just kind of makes G2 buckle under the pressure. Now Chicago trying to set up Atomic. Won't have Chicago as an option, so I'll have to throw one to the backboard, easily cleared away. And Atomic thought about it, then remembered he has absolutely nothing in the tank. So he had to go all the way back for a full tank.
Not to touch Atomic wanted. Was hoping to control that. Now transition off the bar, and a double tap just puts it above. Atomic gonna get there in time, but he doesn't have a lot of boost. G2 take one away. Tox a little left, just gets to the 50. Atomic again on small pad work. Got the 50 in front. Excellent work by Atomic. Didn't get the wave landing, but it ended up working out in his favor on the 50.
Oh, he couldn't catch up with that either. Tox will roll another one in, and Luminosity, again, just get another cheeky goal to add to their advantage over G2. Little wave dash from Tox, and Chicago just could not get back across, stuck in the corner. And I feel like maybe boost has been a real concern now for G2 in the early half of this 2v2, and things get even more dire for the squad as we go on.
It was a concern for Luminosity right before that last play happened. Boost has certainly felt in Luminosity's favor. The start of the 2v2. Oh, it bounces off the bar, and wow, Luminosity, how about it? Atomic and Tox really clicking well. It shows you that even if you have the space, not really all about finding the mechanical outplay. Luminosity content to take the 50, take the demo, make the hard work in the 2v2, stealing that boost, and there's another 50. Forces G2 back, and having to come back on the rotation, use more boost. And as long as they get touches like that, they're okay, but they're having problems finding the board. They need to find the scoreboard here shortly.
Not a whole lot of boost to go around between these 4 players as Atomic He's gonna have to cycle out. And Atomic will try and clear this away. No, he had to go for boost in the corner and just could not get anywhere near the ball. So again, Luminosity able to hem G2 deep in their own territory. Atomic will finally break out right at Atomic, and you wonder if we'll see that matchup with just those two under the spotlight soon enough as Atomic scores, opens the lead to 3. But that goal right there, Jorby, I think that's kind of the first one you feel like Luminosity has truly earned.
I mean, that catch was insane, though. I mean, like, it bounces off the 50 on the demo. Atomic's already in position. He gets that first touch, and he still has the control to put the shot on net. I mean, it bounced right to the side. He was just in the perfect spot to make it happen. Luminosity really clicking well right now. G2 just don't really have an answer for it. They've tried different mix-ups. They've tried to boom it downfield. They've tried to air dribble it out. But Luminosity, they haven't taken the bait. And I do feel like, as you've mentioned a couple times now, Stax, the boost game, where Luminosity have been really efficient overall. They haven't been caught out on boost nearly as often as G2 have. And here, diving in front, almost got the air dribble bump, but it's taken out.
Plenty in the tank to work with as Atomic waiting to clear this one away. And the other Atomic will leave this one for Talk. So it's hard to call him the other Atomic. He has clearly shown up to this series, while G2's Atomic still yet to get out of the gates. Here goes Tox with a powerful clear. That's all Luminosity needs to do. Boom the ball back downfield, invite G2 to try and launch a counterattack that could get them on the board, and they finally do. Chicago with 45 seconds left.
They finally break the seal. They were scoreless in almost 10 minutes of gameplay. That's a nice little pass in front to Chicago, catching Luminosity out on the transition, getting that goal. 45 seconds left, but 2v2, it's a little easier to find goals, but they have to find a way to shuffle Luminosity off this ball. They might get one here on the kickoff. Atomic flicks it up over one. It's taken over the corner.
Coming up on the final 30, you gotta feel like they gotta score with maybe at least 20 seconds left to feel like they got a realistic shot at tying this up, give themselves a couple decent looks at the net, and that shot saved away by Tox. It was Atomic trying to get the ball rolling just a bit, and that 20-second threshold has been reached. Atomic gonna try and go low. 50 will find Chicago. 15's a long time to find an equalizer.
And this was a build-up and a proof of why having boost in your tank really matters. A couple of transition tries, go-ahead passes downfield for G2, opens the gate up for Atomic. All you gotta do is win 150. Very smart 50 there from Atomic, making his car as big as possible, getting that bounce shot out to Chicago. Well within reach now, Stax.
Well, the most important 50 went to Luminosity. They won the kickoff, but now G2 still finding a way to work down the field, hit him where they ain't. Tox finding open space, and he'll bring this down to ground. But it's kind of turned into a nightmare. We go back to 3v3s now. For the odd games, game 3 could be the final one, as Luminosity tries to close it out. Atomic with a good low 50, but now look at Ixo beat 2 and left Mist all alone at the back, and Mist, a familiar position for him, whether it was on the old Envy or now with Optic. He is constantly left at the back to kind of fend for himself and bail the team out.
The big question for G2 is, how do you break through that Luminosity defense? It may have to come to the physical game, but here Chicago got a nice one off the ceiling and taken away to the corner.
I like Atomic there too, coming in on the weak side, trying to kind of get the rebound down low, and it just didn't work out. He narrowly missed.
Has been a couple tight ones for Luminosity on the net too, but again, look, high and away. No one from G2 immediately able to respond, although here comes Mist, has the carry. No reset for him available. Luminosity so quick to those challenges, and G2 almost getting caught out again on the third. This time the touch is good enough for G2 to get out, but they're losing midfield control.
Luminosity, quite simply, has been better with no room for doubt over the first couple of games. Under fire early here, but they've weathered the storm. That ball gets away. It's just a giveaway to Mist. Now Chicago lining up a double, and that's cleared by Ixo. Well done. Proactive defense along the back line, and then Atomic trying to do it himself. Made 2 commit, but the ball went up high and away, so nobody could jump back in for G2. Luminosity recovers defensively, and again, they repel the G2 attack, at least for now. Infield pass, and Mist taking his time, and he just could not get that to go, and neither could he find a teammate. The idea was there, Jorby. Execution lacking right at the critical moment.
He knew he had one more defender to beat in the net and tried to get him off the play. He didn't want that clear to come rocketing out of the net. So you can understand just getting in front, stuffing that ball in front of the net could have been a great opportunity, but Atomic takes one, and G2 get their first 3v3 goal.
Get their first 3v3 goal and their first lead of this series, trying to turn things around, stop the snowball dead in its tracks, and a shot like that, with that kind of placement from Atomic, could be enough to get him going.
Nice break for G2. Another one for Luminosity. Getting demoed on the play. Things can certainly settle down now for G2. You get that first goal. You've been able to connect on passes a little more often. That's been difficult. Luminosity's structure on defense have made it. You've seen G2 consistently go to the wall, but now you're seeing break through the midfield line. Mist has been winning these 50s. Not the best touch there from Luminosity. Nobody able to rotate back. It's free for Mist taking control of that one. Luminosity get caught out.
The exact inverse of what we saw in the first 3v3. G2 now getting the early advantage, pressing it at about the halfway mark. But Luminosity, one strike away from kind of turning this game on its head.
The big thing, if G2 can maintain this lead, is we will go to a 1v1 if this goes to a game 4. And that question remains, is we know how good Atomic is.
Yep.
Atomic with a K.
Sure.
In 1v1s. So who do you go to on G2 to try to contend?
We can say with almost 100% certainty, they're sending Atomic, Luminosity, of course. G2, again, game time decision, according to Sathu, as Ixo will wait for this one patiently. Got Atomic up ahead, but he could not convert. Tox will try and continue the play and try to get a high bouncer, and it just kind of died right there in the corner.
I think you really go for your most mechanical player. You got to go for Atomic. He's not just got the mechanics.
Oh my goodness.
He's also got the brains, but Luminosity still thinking they can end this one in 3 if they can just put together the right play. That's a nice win in the corner. He's speedily up to the ball, but Chicago in the right spot. Luminosity still crashing in front, and that's a goal for Ixo.
Ixo diving in. Once that ball starts waterfalling down, it's so incredibly difficult to read, even tougher to get an effective clear. Atomic in a nearly impossible spot there, trying to clear that away from deep in the corner. Luminosity back within 1. And still plenty of time, but they got to save this one off the kickoff, and Tox does exactly that. Few players, actually few combinations, have turned defense into offense better than Tox and Ixo of the last year, but they don't play any defense here, and Chicago goes right down Broadway.
Yep, third man. It's caught upfield just a little bit. You see him with the wave landing, knowing he has to get back in time, tried to read that 50 and just missed it by a pixel. Not a bad recovery coming back, trying to defend the shot. And it just comes down to reaction time on that shot. Just could not get there in time. Nice shot from Chicago.
So G2 opens up the 2-goal lead again as Tox has to work back from square one. They'd gotten so close, and yet again so far away, which has been the story of Luminosity throughout RLCS this season. Ixo got one in front, but there is Atomic to clear, with Atomic racing back on the Luminosity half. Ixo nowhere near the net as he just threw that towards the back wall, hoping to generate a juicy rebound. And now an opportunity for Ixo again as he got this all the way across, but there waiting is Chicago, and yet again, G2 not allowing Luminosity that critical infield pass as it's cleared away again by Atomic.
Yeah, G2 not nearly as shaky on defense as they were earlier. Looking much more staunch on the defensive end. Haven't seen a single double or triple commit out of them. It's a nice catch, but again, G2 front of the net, not allowing Luminosity to take those shots. They're losing the 50s. This is a nice move around the corner, but again, when it gets to the back wall, whether it's Atomic, Chicago, or Mist, they've gotten the clear every time, and now they've blown through the midfield line, and that's all the time left on the clock.
Yeah, final 7 seconds, unless they get a goal right about now, and they will not, as ball goes right back into their own territory. Luminosity will be denied the sweep. G2 will stay alive, but now we'll find out. Who does G2
Give it to us. Give it to us.
1v1 to face, let's face it, we all know it. Who wants Atomic in a 1v1 for G2?
Look, we're never been in Snasky.
Is it?
Atomic
and Mist. Missed. All right, so G2 Atomic is now B-Tomic by forfeit. All right, here we go. All kidding aside, missed in the 1v1. Hey, you bring him in. He had to replace JNaps on very, very short notice. If they feel like he's got the matchup, you might as well go with it. So we'll see what Mist can do as he almost caught Atomic as he had to send that one to the crossbar. Atomic barely making the save and having to kind of keep his head on a swivel and force Mist all the way back.
I think Mist, it's a smart choice by G2. You're trying to win. You're not trying to go to the lower bracket. Just tries to cut across, but very level-headed player. One of the smartest players in North America. It makes sense. You want someone with those brains in the 1v1. It's all about how is he going to contend with the entire bag that Atomic has in the mix-up game. He's going to have to withstand a lot of that. Already feeling a bit of that pressure, but we've seen him already a couple time stacks. Very speedy on that approach, not unwilling to take those rocket shots from midfield. And just let Atomic play with that ball. He'll take Mist, will wait for the opportunity, probably won't go for those flashy mechanical plays all too often. Just trying to beat out Atomic on those tough 50s, force him into some bad spots, but no one really getting a solid advantage. Mist still with control here in front.
We've heard Johnny say time and time again, look, playing overly defensive is not the way to go in ones. And this is kind of where Mist is going to have to make his money here. He's got a good 50 at midfield. Can he get around onto this? No, what a quick recovery by Atomic. And now he'll try to press that advantage from the wing. Got Mist kind of in a sitting duck position there, but Atomic not able to convert. Mist with another critical save. Atomic, oh, you had to wonder if he was going to go for contact.
Ooh.
Maybe he caught Atomic out this time. He did, and Mist will score to give G2 the lead.
Patience from Mist. Atomic had stolen both of those corner boosts. It's all about picking the right opportunity, saving that dodge, getting it right by Atomic. You see Atomic screen across to try to force the 50, but Mist not perturbed by Atomic's speedy approach there on offense, taking the right opportunity. He got the shot, used the rest of his boost when it mattered the most. Oh, but Atomic gets the kickoff.
Yep.
Right back. That's ones, baby.
The great equalizer. 1v1 kickoff going the way of Atomic. And Mist unable to recover in time. So all that work over the past minute and a half that Mist put together to finally break through and get that goal. All for naught as we're back to square one. And maybe another opportunity. That shot was a little wide, but still advantage Atomic, and got a shot off, but Mist had it read the whole way.
Discontent to let Atomic take it.
Dangerous.
Back again. He's so good on defense, though. He finds those reads, speedy backup. But look, he's flat on the ground now. He's only got 14 in the tank. That shot's placed a little better by Atomic. You put a little more pressure on Mist. It's hard to get the recovery and get control of the ball when you're not winning the boost game in front. Look, only 24 there. He uses more. Now he's out. Only a couple from Atomic, and that beautifully played from Atomic. Really waxing and weaving his way through Mist and taking advantage of that low boost.
Yeah, that's a good 20-25 second sequence there where he's just trying to wear Mist down and make him burn all his boosts and make him rely on pennies and quick recoveries, and eventually Mist just ran out of gas as Atomic finally wore him down and got the opportunity on an open net. And now Atomic with the lead. We'll see how he does as a front runner. His first lead of this 1v1. Mist has held his own. Again, you have to imagine that mechanical prowess of Atomic is going to shine through sooner rather than later.
I mean, Atomic not really having to rely on it. I mean, you see it a lot from the top 1v1ers, right? The mechanics are there. The mechanics are a given. What a move from Mist! But it's all about the mind games in this bout. Mist taking one off of Atomic here.
What a touch by Mist. Just again, you have to play that mental game, and being an elite defender as Mist is, you have to constantly read. I mean, you're constantly in a 1v1 in Mist position often, even in his 3v3 games, because again, he gets hung out to dry so often on the defensive end, whether it was with Envy or now with Optic. But Atomic here with the rebound, and again, Mist with the save. He just finds a way, time and again.
But Atomic, a quick recovery. He stole the midfield boost, and that was perfect from Atomic. Mist had the break. And if he gets to that ball in time and gets a solid touch, which he didn't, he could have broke against Atomic there. It's all about the recovery on that last shot from Atomic. He doesn't recover quickly. He doesn't get that midfield boost. He doesn't have the ability to turn that ball right back around on Mist and get the goal.
What's on the line more importantly here, winner doesn't have to deal with any lower bracket shenanigans. They don't have to worry about facing elimination until we get to the weekend proper. It's Mist. Gonna get a shot off here. Atomic had it all lined up. Only a 1-goal lead though for Atomic, as Mist has kind of hung around. And when you let a player like Mist hang around for as long as Atomic has, you're just one kind of iffy touch away from this series completely changing. You do not want to let this get back to another 3v3.
It's close though. Atomic trying to bump Mist out. Definitely say Atomic's had the better control, but Mist gets those cheeky 50s. It's caught Atomic out on a couple of those mind games.
I think Atomic's playing a very dangerous game, and it's working out. He still feels like he's fully in control, but again, not able to press that advantage, get it back to a 2-goal game. Trying to wear him out again, though. These long, sustained attacks have been deadly for Atomic, and now Mist is giving him space. That could be a fatal error. No, he made the save again. Mist trying to high-wire his way out of here. Now only with 2 boosts in the tank, and Atomic just baited him in.
Atomic playing that one extra safe, goes to steal that corner boost, and probably could have got that shot, but he wants to protect the retreat because he doesn't know exactly how much boost Mist has in the tank. So he goes to protect, gets enough boost to respond to what Mist can do. As soon as he sees Mist is totally flat, he knows he's got full advantage, and he put a perfect shot on net. Mist getting the kickoff, and Atomic gonna get there in time. Oh, Stacks. It's looking like it just might happen here for Atomic.
Yeah, Mist. Gotta have it right here. Gotta move downfield oh so quickly. At least got by Atomic, but could not bring the car past him. 1 second left. It's not enough. And Luminosity is moving on past G2. Atomic indeed gets the dub for Luminosity to secure passage through the group.
That was a